When we were tasked to preserve a Porsche for this year's Restoration Challenge, we wanted to choose a model that embodies what we think is the iconic 911. And in our minds, the most iconic 911 is from the 90s. And what's more 90s than a drop top 1992 Carrera 4? It embodies everything we think of air-cooled, raw, analog power. We're so excited to show off this car to you. All of our blood, sweat, and tears went into this year's Restoration Challenge, and this is our official entry to the preservation class for the Restoration Challenge of 2026. I'm Peter Simpson. I'm Service Director for Porsche Owings Mills, and behind us we have our 1992 Carrera 4. So when choosing a car for the preservation class, you have to be very careful about the car you select. We were very fortunate. The car we chose, after passing over on many other 924 turbos, some other 911s, this car found us almost. It was so well cared for. It made our job preserving it, I wouldn't say easy, but it took care of a lot of the other challenges we would have had to address on other cars. So when we first got the car, we wanted to give it a full health check, look over every aspect of it. And honestly, the first thing we did was we dropped the whole engine and transmission out of it. It had been in the car its whole life. The paint, the seals had all kind of faded and started to seep. So we wanted to give it that fresh, brand new factory look. The suspension was taken down, all the rubber bushings were replaced. The shocks were still in great shape, so we reused those. The interior, a small blemish on the driver's bolster just from 30 years of wear and tear. The shifter knob was probably the worst part of the whole interior. The previous owner, he really enjoyed running this car through the gears. So we got a brand new factory shift knob from Porsche. The rest of the interior is as it was from the factory, as it was when it was brand new. And you can see that old leather interior still is comfortable and it still looks like it did from day one. As when it came for the rest of the car with the brakes, all we really had to do was disassemble the calipers, give them a nice fresh coat of black paint, some new Porsche scripts, some new pads, some new rotors, and the brakes feel fantastic. As with every restoration and project and build, they each come with their own individual and unique challenges. This one was not any different. And when it came to the really challenging and the complex rebuild aspects of the car, those seemed to go pretty smoothly. It ended up being the simple stuff that ended up making us sweat and fight and frustrate. As small things as the radio, you'd think just replacing an aftermarket head unit, getting the original tape deck to fit back in the original dash spot, that ended up being more of a challenge than rebuilding the engine. That was more straightforward, to tear that whole air-cooled motor down to the nuts and bolts, then put that radio back together. We had to undo a rat's nest of wiring for some shoddy stereo work done in the 90s. But when it's all said and done, we have a nice factory tape deck, original to the car, even have some period correct cassette tapes in there to go with it. We were playing some Top Gun on our test drives. But all in all, the car was a pleasure to work on. And when it came to the paint and finish of this vehicle, we were very fortunate. Per the guidelines for the preservation class, we're only allowed to repaint 25% of the car. But we didn't even have to do that. The only panel that really needed touch up was the hood for 30 plus years of rock chips. So we took the hood off, had our body shop repaint the whole hood, got rid of all those chips, matched the jet black perfectly with the original paint, and the rest of the car is as you see it as it came from the factory. And after we were able to get the whole car back together, we had a great time presenting the vehicle to our Porsche Club. They came out, we had a great event with them. And even though this car is not fully restored, it still drives beautifully. The suspension's nice and tight, it stops on a dime, and that original air-cooled engine still pulls very hard to redline. Ask me because I know. And so there you have it, our 1992 Carrera 4. We are so proud of our finished result. I want to thank personally our team for all the hard work they put into this vehicle. They really make the passion meet the project. I want to thank Barry Stoller for making this possible for us, Aaron Zimmerman. Without their support, we wouldn't be able to do this as well. We love doing these challenges. It gives us the chance to really drive the vehicles we're passionate about, work on the vehicles we're passionate about. And I think it really shows when you guys get a chance to see this car in person. It looks just as good as it drives.